From the W. Page Pitt School of Journalism and Mass Communications, your home for the latest Marshall University news and sports, you're watching MU Report.
Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us for this 6th edition of MU Report. I'm Sabrena Hirst.
And I'm Danite Belay. We are a student-produced newscast of the W. Page Pitt School of Journalism and Mass Communications at Marshall University, and we air this broadcast on West Virginia Public Broadcasting, Network West Virginia, and YouTube. Now, on to our top story. December is here, and on Marshall campus, that means two things: the holidays and finals. Herd Holiday gave students the opportunity to get their minds off of finals and on the holiday spirit. Courtney Andrews has more.
Marshall students took advantage of getting in the holiday spirit at Herd Holidays.
This event just really gets everyone in the holiday spirit and brings everyone in the community together just for a good time.
It's just a good way for everybody to get involved and just have fun.
Everyone in the community was welcome. Kids could write letters and mail them to Santa. People could stuff their own Santa Marco, create their own Christmas ornaments, and there was even a gingerbread house contest. In the midst of all the activities, students could even come and grab a sweet treat to distract themselves from finals.
This helps relieve the stress of finals just by distracting us from our tests and just giving us time to come and make bears and do gingerbread houses and just have a good time before the stress of finals comes.
With finals week looming closer, students are feeling the stress. Herd Holidays provided a distraction to help relieve some of that pressure. Courtney Andrews, MU Report.
The Marshall campus Christmas tree is in front of the Memorial Student Center, and if you have some gifts of your own that will need wrapped, Marshall's Into program is having a gift wrapping fundraiser on December 7th.
Before the gifts are wrapped on December 7th, a Charlie Brown Christmas will be live at the Keith Albee Theater on December the 5th at 7 p.m. The Emmy and Peabody award-winning story is a sweet and touching live-action version that is itself an instant holiday classic, according to Broadway World. Tickets for the live action that will bring holiday cheer to the Keith Albee start at $35.
With the holiday season comes lots of food and sweets, but some people don't let the holidays get them out of shape. As Brooke Griffin reports, a little dedication and physical perseverance can be the key to success.
The holiday season is often known for its sugary desserts and large helpings of a favorite side dish. But some people say that they are trying to change their habits this year by participating in races such as the 14th annual Marshall Marathon.
Well, first of all, you have to dedicate yourself because especially for the marathon, it's usually a 6-month dedication.
With over 2,000 people competing this year, the competition comes down to those who see the seriousness in keeping in shape.
It has to deal with a combination of mental and physical fortitude, dedicating yourself to doing something and getting up every day, regardless of whether or not your body wants to do it, and then pushing yourself beyond what your comfort zone is.
With Christmas and New Year's right around the corner, one man says there's really only 3 reasons why he runs.
Well, I'm doing it because I want to stay in shape and not get too old too quick and be able to eat more cheeseburgers.
Participants included families, military, and even kids who ran or walked until they crossed the finish line.
No, you can't do it.
That marked a completed 26.2 miles.
Even though holiday treats are everywhere you look, runners say that your best bet to keep in shape through the holidays is to take a run or a walk through your local park. Brooke Griffin, MU Report.
If you're looking for a reason to stop eating and get active, the Barbersville Winter Series gets moving December 17th with a 3-miler.
Herd Vision is bringing new resources to Marshall Athletics. The network allows fans to watch from anywhere in the world. Kayla Simmons has more on how you can bring the Herd to your living room.
Marshall University has always looked for ways to upgrade the Herd fans' experience at games. Now they're wanting to bring the games to the fans that can't make it.
The university invested about $500,000 to get us state-of-the-art equipment. So we have a brand new Sony ENG cameras, we have a new 3-play system, we have a new switcher, we have a brand new control room, we have an audio board, we have a studio set up for announcers.
While Marshall may not have some of the resources of the larger schools in the country, they're finding a way to set themselves apart from other schools their size.
A lot of the bigger schools are doing this. what sets us apart, like I said, is the fact that at our level, sort of that mid-major level, there's not a lot of schools that are investing this type of money into it. And so I think that does help set Marshall University apart in another way, that we are kind of, taking the initiative and saying, hey, we're going to, again, generate our own hype and do it ourselves.
Herd Vision helps fans keep up with the action, while also generating revenue for the school.
We have already done productions for BN Networks, and when we do that, we get a stipend, and then we actually just started running our first advertisements. And so as we go on, hopefully we'll be selling more ads to go on there, and then in theory we'll be generating a lot of revenue.
Herd Vision started off covering fall sports, but they'll also be covering spring sports next semester. Kayla Simmons, MU Report.
Herd Vision will be broadcasting men's and women's basketball games for the next few months. For updates on how those teams are doing, here's Danite Belay.
Thanks, Sabrina. We'll get to that basketball update in just a second. But first, the Thundering Herd will be taking on the Colorado State Rams in the Gildan, New Mexico Bowl, December 16th at 2:30 p.m. in Albuquerque, New Mexico. The Thundering Herd is one of 9 Conference USA bowl-eligible teams and currently holds the NCAA record for the most consecutive bowl wins. They are looking to continue their streak in New Mexico. This will be Marshall's first time out west for a bowl game since 2004. The Rams are 7-5 and have a win over Pac-12's Oregon State. They also took Mountain West Conference champions and top 25 opponent Boise State to overtime, so it should be a showdown in New Mexico. And in the basketball world, Marshall's men's basketball is 5-3, coming off an impressive win over the Akron Zips, 86-64. While the men's team is showing success in the winning column, the women's basketball team is now 2-5 after coming up short, 59-65 to Southern Illinois. You can catch the next men's game Tuesday as they take on Chattanooga, and women's game Wednesday as they take on Morgan State in the CAM. After the break, we will come back with more on Small Business Saturday, campus safety, and December finals.
The William Page Pitt School of Journalism and Mass Communications has been a part of Marshall University's history since 1926. Today, the school offers 7 degree programs including advertising, radio and television production, sports reporting, public relations, and broadcast, online, and print journalism. SOJMC prepares students for the opportunities and challenges of the industry. Professional-oriented courses as well as hands-on learning environments help students gather real-world experience before stepping out to their field of choice. And with a vast variety of student-run clubs and organizations, students always have the chance to better their skills. The W. Page Pitt School of Journalism and Mass Communications combines classroom and hands-on learning environments to provide students with the background necessary for future employment in the field of mass communications, and continues today to produce award-winning content through a variety of majors.
Welcome back to MU Report. I'm Danite Belay.
And I'm Sabrena Hirst. Local vendors set up shop inside of the Huntington Visitor Center for Small Business Saturday, showcasing their talents. As Adam Stevens reports, small businesses like these can provide something you can't get at your chain stores.
When it comes to business, bigger doesn't always mean better.
Without them, the town is just a bunch of big empty boxes, and that would be terribly too bad.
Local vendors set up shop in the Huntington Visitor Center to showcase their one-of-a-kind products on Small Business Saturday.
It helps to recognize and support our local community, which I think is a fantastic thing.
Many of the vendors say they believe small businesses provide something that many of the big box stores don't.
Most business is really local business. It's local people working with local people. And the idea of a Small Business Saturday is just, I think that's a really good way to recognize that.
Many of the items for sale are unique and handcrafted, such as jewelry made from animal bones, nature photography, handmade scarves, and other one-of-a-kind products that you can only get from these vendors.
Everything I have is something I found, so I will go and look for roadkill on the side of the road as the main source of it. I want to sell something that's someone will want to buy, something that's unique and affordable, so I try to upcycle everything that I can.
For the folks here at the Artisan Market, Small Business Saturday is more than just making a profit. It's showcasing unique products, meeting new people, and bringing the community together. Adam Stevens, MU Report.
Small Business Saturday helps support the local area by generating revenue and keeping it in the community.
One of Marshall University's methods of trying to keep students safe is the access to immediate help through emergency contact terminals positioned throughout campus. As Ryan Murphy reports, students may have to rely on more than just a terminal.
We do have a responsibility as citizens and of this campus to respond when we hear things that could lead to potential violence.
On college campuses, student safety has become a major issue. Yet on Marshall's campus, safety can sometimes come down to the security of a small blue light.
Students have noticed, though, that at least one of these beacons of safety is out of order. And in times where safety is out of order, there are ways for students to take campus safety into their own hands.
In addition to their list of risk reduction procedures and behaviors, Marshall University recommends in their annual security report that students be aware of one another and report signs and situations that could potentially harm other students.
It's learning how to identify those kind of red flag behaviors that we see or hear in everyday or conversations that go throughout as we go throughout our day, and being able to recognize them for what they are, which are potential to lead to more violence or to lead to violent situation.
Tolliver, who organized the Red Flag Bystander Awareness campaign in October, says students can make a big difference toward the overall safety on Marshall's campus by keeping their eyes open and paying attention to the details.
I think we're a pretty large voice. I think that's why it's really important, because we're also the age group I think that mainly does get neglected because we are so influential still in this age. There's a lot of parties a lot of people go to. They're just going to have fun. They never think about the what ifs,
Tolliver also says being aware and paying attention can be one of the keys to a safer campus. Ryan Murphy, MU Report.
Any student or faculty looking to report an incident of sexual assault, violence, or stalking are urged to contact Lisa Martin, Director of Student Conduct, at 304-696-2495.
With the end of the fall semester just around the corner, Marshall students have started cracking down in preparation for final exams. Matthew Groves has the story.
This time of the year brings two things to Marshall students: stress and final exams. Marshall's John D. Verdrenko Library has recently modified its hours so that students have access to study 24 hours a day.
I think it's a really good decision. It'll help give students more areas to study. It gets really crowded late at night when just the bottom floor is open, so definitely having the entire building open will help a lot.
The library's updated hours are directly related to the student request for them to be open 24 hours a day for upcoming finals.
We are thrilled that students want to use the library more. Dr. Gilbert has informed us just today that he will be reinstating a position so that we can be open all 4 floors 24 hours starting in the spring. So that will be a wonderful improvement.
Some people on Marshall's campus have picked up study tips that can be beneficial to all preparing for exams.
Getting a studying plan down before you go into study a few days before really helps. That way you know what you need to go over and you can have a checklist.
Reserve study rooms in advance so that you have a space available for you, either in 1-person or 2-person or group study environments. And also to rest and hydrate, because this is going to be a tough time for everyone.
Due to Marshall University's updated library hours, it's time for students to start coming in and hitting the books in preparation for this semester's finals week. Matthew Groves, MU Report.
Marshall University's winter commencement is set for Saturday, December 16th, 2017 at 10 a.m. in the Big Sandy Superstore Arena. Commencement this year will include keynote speaker Dr. Kelly Pergine. Dr. Pergine is an associate professor of English and winner of the 2017 Marshall and Shirley Reynolds Outstanding Teacher Award. Even if you are unable to attend graduation, you can still watch live at Marshall's streaming website. The address is on your screen below. That's all the time we have for this edition of MU Report. Our newscast is completely generated by students in the W. Page Pitt School of Journalism and Mass Communications. MU Report is a television lab, and we're glad you're watching. You can always catch this newscast on YouTube, and be sure to follow our reporters on Twitter and MU Report on Facebook. I'm Sabrena Hirst.
And I'm Danite Belay. Have a great day.